incident intensity of the light to the solar cell. So the nature of the current voltage characteristics will be like this. So if I have three different incident intensity, for example, this is a low intensity. This plotting represents medium intensity, and this upper level represents high intensity. So it should be noted that if I am applying a high intensity to the solar cell, maximum output current will be generated through the solar cell. If I am applying a low intensity, then minimum current will be generated through the solar cell. But it is clear that output voltage generated for low intensity or output voltage which is being generated for a high intensity, there is a minor difference in a output voltage. So these are actually near to each other. These are not far away to each other that we have seen output current. These are far away to each other if I am seeing the output current, but these are nearer to each other. Why I am able to achieve such characteristics? The reason is that whenever just a single photon is falling onto the single recombination and the single bound electron is converted to the free electron. If I am applying 10 photons, then there will be the 10 free electrons. So much difference is available if I am seeing the output current, but a minor difference is achieved whenever I am seeing the output voltage for a different intensity which is incident into the solar cell. So this is the current voltage characteristics. We can also write this characteristics by introducing the figure. This is a 100 milliwatt per centimeter square. Actually, this is the intensity. Intensity means power passing per unit area. So the power is represented by watt. Centimeter square means I am using the CGS unit system. So this is the intensity of the incident light. So is 100 milliwatt per centimeter square. This is for 200 milliwatt per centimeter square. Then upper one of the IV characteristics, that is for 300 milliwatt per centimeter square. So if I am moving from low intensity to high intensity, output current which is generated through the solar cell is being increased. So this is a current voltage characteristics, output current, output voltage characteristics of the solar cell. So this description should be right in a heading of characteristics. Then I am going to start what are the parameters. So first parameter is parameters of the solar cell. First parameter is the open circuit voltage. Open circuit voltage is represented by VOC, means open circuit voltage. Open circuit voltage, as we know that basics of the physics is that whenever load resistance which was introduced at the output of the solar cell, and that load resistance RL is having a highest value. So highest value means load resistance tends to infinite or a maximum value or a higher value. And then such voltage which will develop across the solar cell will be the open circuit voltage. So whenever load resistance is infinite, the generated voltage drop across the solar cell is represented by open circuit voltage. Another thing is that short circuit current. So this is a first, second is short circuit current. Short circuit current is represented by short circuit current ISC. Further, if no load resistance is placed at the output of the solar cell, we will achieve a highest value of electric current which is passing through the solar cell. So there will be the different thing that load resistance is minimum at the minimum value of the load resistance, which will be the activated at the output of the solar cell. It will be the RL tends to 0. So maximum current will be generated through the solar cell, and this, whenever load resistance is tends to 0, the current achieved through the solar cell is known as short circuit current. In this case, whenever load resistance tends to infinite, the voltage developed across the solar cell is known as open circuit voltage. So parameter 1, parameter 2, then another parameter 3 is known as fill factor. The fill factor. Actually, fill factor of the solar cell could be understood if we are able to understand the earlier two parameters. The fill factor is represented by FF, and it is nothing but it is the multiplication. Fill factor is multiplication of the open circuit voltage with the short circuit current. So the multiplication, which is multiplication of the open circuit voltage and short circuit current, is represented by fill factor. Further, maximum power which is being generated by the solar cell could be right in the form maximum power which is being generated across the solar cell for a particular intensity of the incident light. So this is known as P maximum power, and that is equal to the maximum current passing through the solar cell and the maximum voltage generated across the solar cell. So multiplication of the maximum current with the maximum voltage will give us a value of maximum power of the solar cell for a constant value of incident light energy. Further, fill factor, actually fill factor can be represented by VMIL, means it is the ratio. This term represents the maximum power and this term represents the ideal power. So this one is ideal power. Ideal means it is the achieved maximum value across the solar cell. We are not able to achieve the more value in compared to the ideal value. So maximum allowed value available across the solar cell is known as ideal value. Further, VMIM by VOC ISC is, this is known as fill factor. So these are the basic parameters which are used to detect the property of the solar cell. And after completing the different parameters of the solar cell, we will move to the advantages. We know that there is no cost for the solar radiation. So this is a no cost device. Means no cost device means solar radiation is free for each and every person. So this is available. This conversion of the light to electrical energy is available at no cost. Means the cost will be consumed to fabricate the solar cell. To run this solar cell, there is no cost. So this is most important advantage. Another is that it is a pollution-free conversion. For example, if I have thermal conversion, chemical conversion, radioactive conversion, it will generate the pollution. But the solar radiation or means this conversion is achieved with the help of solar cell, and this is a free pollution device. So these are the advantages. Lots of disadvantages are there because whatever the electrical parameter which we are gaining across the solar cell or through the solar cell, these are totally depending on a incident intensity. If incident intensity is being changed, there will be the change in each and every parameter. So these parameters are totally depending on a incident light intensity. If incident light intensity is being changed, each and every parameter will be changed. So this is a disadvantage. So we can say that throughout the daytime we are not able to achieve a similar value of the parameter, because throughout the day we will face a problem, that is the different intensity. So this is a disadvantage. Another is that low efficiency. There is a low efficiency of the solar cell. So this is also a disadvantage of the solar cell. Further, storage mechanism is expensive. This is also a disadvantage of the solar cell. Now I am going to move towards the applications. Actually, most important application of this solar cell is used as a power source in a satellite launching. As we know that today we are using a mobile, at earlier time radio, television. So this is a communication, and to achieve such communication, satellite launching plays an important role to achieve the desired technology. But it should be remembered that just as solar cells are able to convert the light energy, to convert the solar energy to the electrical energy, whenever this satellite is processing the signals at the space. So such types of communication were not possible if the solar cells were not investigated. So this communication, each and every types of communication, that is totally depending on a solar cell, because without using solar cell we are not able to provide the electrical energy to the space, electrical energy to the satellite launching system. So this is the most important application of the solar cell. So another thing is that this is a this is a pollution free. So this comes in a class of non-conventional energy source. So there are lots of applications of the solar cell. So further, this will be our pattern to write the answer in a examination. We will start from the basic principle. After completing the basic principle, we will move to the construction with the figure. Construction with the figure, and then whatever we are describing from the figure, that we will write in a construction heading. Then working of the solar cell, then current voltage characteristics of the solar cell, parameters, advantages, disadvantages, and then applications. Okay, thank you.